Look, I get it better than anyone else that getting into real estate investing is very costly. That's why in this video, I'm going to be going over the best free resources for all you real estate investors that are trying to get into their first or next rental property. When I started in real estate investing, I did not have a lot of capital to spend on education and mentorship. So a lot of these resources that I'm actually going to be going over, I've used myself. So if you find any value out of this video, please go down, give this video a like, and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a ton. And my channel is all about real estate investing and my journey through real estate investing to financial freedom. So if that interests you, please go down, subscribe. And with all that being said, let's get right into the video. So I've broken down the best free resources for you real estate investors into 5 categories, which are running the numbers, education, networking, deal finding, and funding the deal. So let's start with number 1, which is running the numbers. Now, the very first free resource that I would recommend you get is the CDC rental calculator, which is right on the App Store if you have Apple or Android, and it's actually created by Chandler David Smith. For those of you that do not know, he's actually a YouTuber that's all about real estate investing as well. He is absolutely amazing, so go down, I will link his channel in the description, but he has created this amazing calculator that you can go run the numbers at the palm of your hand right on your phone. So as you go into the Chandler David Smith rental calculator, it's very straightforward. It goes from property details, you enter the purchase price, the down payment, the closing costs, down to the monthly income, you put it in rents, utility income, and have to expect vacancy, so that'll be deducted from your income. Yearly expenses broken down into maintenance, management, and then yearly utilities, which are obviously going to be expenditures during the year. You can add in additional expenses and insurance and taxes. You hit run the numbers and then it tells you your returns analysis. It'll give you the purchase price that you're purchasing at, the total capital that you are required to have, your net operating income, your debt service, your cash on cash return, your cap rate, cash flow, and principal pay down. As you scroll down, you will see the total return on investment, and that includes not only your cash flow, but your principal pay down as well with your cash on cash return. Like I said, you can get that through the App Store, and it is just a great resource. What I do is when I'm on the run and I have a property that I want to analyze, I will just go ahead and throw the numbers in there real quick, and if it makes sense on that app, I will go further into my spreadsheet, which leads us into our second resource in running the numbers, which is my rental property calculator. Now, I'm giving mine away for free. It's very simplistic. It is very easy to use. It has everything that you need, and it's not very over the top or very complicated at all. As a first-time real estate investor or someone that's just getting started, it's going to be very easy to use. Right now, it's set up as running numbers on a house hack, which will be while you're living there, it will show you your returns versus when you move out. But you can honestly use this for a rental property that you don't plan on living in as well. Like I said, it's absolutely free. I do not make any money in it at all. But after I use the CDC calculator, I will go down into my spreadsheet and run the numbers myself, and that will give me a better idea on if I want to move forward on this property. So once again, go down in the description below, you can get that for free. Now, the third one in running the numbers is going to be Bigger Pockets. Yeah, I know you probably have never heard of them before. Said no one ever. Bigger Pockets is one of the biggest companies and one of the biggest podcasts, forums where people can go on and just ask any questions about real estate investing. If you haven't heard of them, you're probably very, very new into real estate investing, which is okay. But on Bigger Pockets, you're able to go on there and analyze 5 deals for free before having to upgrade in the subscription and actually pay for it. So that being said, you can go and analyze 5 deals for free. And the Bigger Pockets deal analyzer is going to be very, very simple. So let's move into number 2, which is the education behind real estate investing. Now, this one's very straightforward. One free education is this exactly what you're doing right now. You're watching on YouTube me talking about free resources. Where's the easy button?
That was easy.
No, but seriously, I am all for YouTube University and going on there. I will find myself going on YouTube and asking a lot of questions, watching videos on specifics of real estate investing, whether that's seller financing, whether that's wholesaling, whether that's flipping, and how to profit on each one of those. So YouTube is a great resource for that. Now, the second free resource in education is going to be books and podcasts. I put them together because I really enjoy Audible, and it's really hard for me me to make time right now, especially with a newborn, to find time to sit down and read. Now, that may be me just being lazy and not wanting to sit down and read, but I find myself a lot of the times in the car wanting to listen to a podcast. So I will use Audible if I want to listen to books, and then podcasts, Apple Podcast if I want to listen to podcasts. Currently, I'm listening to Bigger Pockets Rookie and Bigger Pockets The OG Show. I'm also listening to the Wheelbarrow Profits with Jake and Gino. And just for mindset, I love listening to Ed Milet recently. He is actually, I just really enjoy him and getting my mindset right as far as looking into my business and then just honestly everyday life. If you haven't heard of Ed Milet, please go and check him out. You will come back and thank me for it. So definitely check into him. And then the last part of education that I'm going to mention that's absolutely free. Well, not really free, but the biggest free education that I got was just taking action. I learned the most from my 4-unit apartment complex that my wife and I house hacked. We tried to be the property managers, and honestly, we learned a lot. You know what they say, you either win or you learn. There's no losing when you take action. But going through the process of buying a rental property, you either win or you learn. Number 3, and the best free resources for real estate investors is networking. Now, the main 3 in networking are probably going to be very straightforward. You probably heard this from a lot of people, but it's going to be meetups, whether that's a local meetup, whether that's online, whether that's a Bigger Pocket meetup. Honestly, there's so many free events out there, and a lot of events, if they do charge money, it's only like $5, $10 for an entry fee, and that usually goes towards the guest that's speaking at that event. Then any type of groups, whether that's on Reddit, on Bigger Pockets forums, any types of forums that you can find, and then social media. One example is that I recently made an Instagram where my wife and I would put up pretty much everything through our financial journey through real estate investing, with purchasing our 4-unit, all the updates we made to it, our struggles, going to our duplex, doing the same thing, honestly, and then our new property that we're gonna Airbnb, just pretty much documenting our journey. And along the way, we found some amazing people that we've been able to connect with and talk with and align with our goals and everything like that. And we've actually met a good amount of them in person, which just gave us a lot more people to reach out to if, let's say, we find a deal and we need money, or we want to invest in a deal and we're the ones with money. They say that your network is your net worth, so make sure to network and meet a lot of people. All right, we're just running through these. Let's go into number 4 of the best free resources, which is deal finding. Now, for some people that have not purchased a house before, or they have no idea what the process is like in purchasing a home, I don't know why this is a thought in people, but people think that they have to pay an agent if they want to buy a house. When you purchase a house, the seller pays for your buyer's agent's commission. So you do not have to pay the buyer at all. If you went and used an agent, and let's say you wanted to walk through 100 houses and you did that, and then you don't purchase anything, that agent gets no money. Now, I'm not saying do that. That's a complete waste of the agent's time, and they'll probably drop you before you get to that 100th house. But what I'm saying is it's absolutely free. So reach out to multiple agents that are real estate friendly in your area or in the area that you want to invest in. Tell them your criteria and have them set you up on an automatic search through the MLS. Once again, getting set up on an automatic search is absolutely free. And every single time a property pops up in your criteria on the MLS, it'll get sent straight to your email. Then you can analyze it, whether that's through my rental property calculator that I offer for free, the CDS, Chandler David Smith calculator, or on the Bigger Pockets. And by being on those lists and analyzing these deals, you start sharpening your tools and getting better and better. The second suggestion with a real estate agent, if you want to find off-market deals, I'm an agent, so I get to do this myself, but I think it's huge, and I found my 4-unit this way, is have them print you out a list with the canceled, temporary off-market, or withdrawn listings on the MLS of properties that have not sold. Meaning they can print you out a list of basically those properties that fit your criteria. So the best part is these sellers wanted to sell, but unfortunately couldn't. So you can go and try to find their phone numbers, or go ahead and mail them and try to get their attention, see if they still want to sell, and you may be able to negotiate an off-market deal that is only to you and no one else knows about. The third deal finding resource that I would suggest is find a wholesaler. Like I said, this is going to be found when you go into these Facebook groups, Bigger Pockets, anything like that, where you can find these wholesalers that are in your area and just get set up on their email list. It's absolutely free to do so. I'm sure between getting set up with an agent, getting set up with a wholesaler, and getting that list of expired, canceled, withdrawn listings, you will definitely be able to have a couple deals sent to you that are in your criteria that you could buy and you can analyze and get practice with. Alrighty, let's get into number 5, which is funding. Now, if you have $0 and you want to purchase a property, let's say you don't want to live in it, you just want it as a rental, it's going to get tricky, but it's not impossible. In a previous episode, I actually went over how I purchased a duplex that cash flows every single month for $0. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go ahead and go down in the description and I'll link that video. But basically what I'm trying to say is it gets tricky when you have no money and you want to purchase a rental property. The first option I would say is find a private money lender or find a partner. Now, I personally have not ever worked with a partner, but they always say, once you have a deal, it's very easy to find the cash. So let's say you find an off-market deal from that expired list that I said to get from an agent, and it's gonna cash flow really well, and you just need someone to come in and help you out with the down payment and be partners with. Well, you can go to them and say, hey, look, if you invest this 20-25% down on this rental property, I will manage it. I will make sure everything is straight with the financials, and basically it's going to be passive income for you. Not only will I pay you interest on the money that you invested, but you'll also get a percentage of the profits. Now, that's only one way that you can structure the deal, but you get what I'm saying. Another way, which is a great way and I absolutely love it, is seller financing. Seller financing is when the seller acts as the bank, and basically instead of going to a bank, taking money and having to put a percentage down, you can go straight to the seller. If they own it outright, you can borrow 100% against that property. The seller will be the bank and you will pay him every single month plus interest on the property for a certain amount of years, and then typically you do a balloon payment. But if the seller doesn't own it outright, that's okay as well. You can still apply seller financing. What you would do is go to the bank and ask for a commercial loan for 75% of the property. Then you would go to the seller and say, hey, will you seller finance 25% of this purchase price? Now, if the seller asks why, tell them that, you know what, you'll earn interest on your money. You will save in capital gains. Instead of receiving the money all at one time, you'll receive it in chunks, which will lower your capital gains tax. And then also at 5 years, I'll give you a balloon payment. So that 25% that you're seller financing can actually be applied to the down payment of your property with the commercial loan. Now, make sure your bank is allowed for it. Tell them up front and be honest with them. But my bank was able to do that, and I was able to do this exact strategy on a duplex that cash flows every single month. So with all that, that is the best free resources for you real estate investors trying to get into your first or next rental property. I hope this helped. I hope there's some information in here that you have not heard before and that you found of value. I think it's very important, especially starting off, is saving the capital that you have and being able to use resources that are free. And honestly, my wife and I, we've been able to use all these free resources and not pay anything for resources. And we've been able to purchase 3 properties totaling over $1 million in value. So if I can do it, trust me, you can do it as well. So go out there and purchase your first or next rental property. Go down in the comments section and tell me all about your real estate portfolio now. If you're getting started, what your goals are. I want to know. I want to know what you guys that are following me, what your guys' goals are. So go ahead and do that. And please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.